Hello, Gemini. This is going to be your full moon reading for September 13th night and 14th morning. Because this full moon will fall around midnight Eastern time, we are going to be having kind of a full moon energy on 2 separate days. But really, time is not really relevant, so we're just going to say we have a full moon coming up this weekend, alright? Let's see what kind of energy we can get for you, Gemini. And these are my moon cards. We're just going to pull one, see what we can get as general energy of what you might be experiencing around this full moon time. Gemini. There we go. Ooh, I like that. Mutable moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. Okay, I like that for you, Gemini. So something and nothing is set in stone. So whatever that means to you, that's going to be something maybe different for every single Gemini, because you know, we have mutable, we have cardinal, and then we have fixed. So fixed is going to be that hard set energy, the Scorpio. You know, we're going to have Aquarius, we have Leo, Taurus. Those are our fixed signs. And then we have cardinal, which is Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. But when we get into that mutable, that's going to be that super flexible, super fixed, super in the middle, okay? It's middle ground. Pisces, okay? Sagittarius. What else? Virgo and Gemini is you, mutable. So no odds there for you. That is that energy for you. You're going to retain that true self of yourself, if that makes any sense. Maybe the inner identity of Gemini will be heightened, you know, because nothing yet is set in stone, and I'm guessing Geminis know that better than anybody, that not everything is permanent even. The only thing that stays the same is change, right? So let's get an advice card, because that definitely is an open moon card. I love it. I love that it's mutable and Gemini is mutable. That's just beautiful. Well, that one wanted to come out. Actually, both of those. So we'll just take them both. Gemini, you get freebie card. Okay, let's see what we have. We have be without malice, and we have challenge your perception. Okay, so you may be faced with something around this full moon time, Gemini, that really makes you question your beliefs, makes you question your perceptions, and the way that you look at things. Okay? Be without malice. That's like to have an open heart and open mind. You know, to not just have that anger and resentment feeling. So you may have feelings towards something or somebody that's causing you some inner turmoil and chaos. I'm trying to get this glare off of there. There we go. Geez, sorry, Gemini. I'm still trying to figure out my lighting and everything. I'm pretty new to this. Okay, and then challenge your perception. What does that mean, right? We look at that and it's like totally the different image of what we would see in this angel. Totally different, totally cool, and it's challenging our perceptions. Fives are always our belief. What do we believe? Okay, so what is it that you believe? And how does it relate to this malice? Are you creating your own negative thoughts? What's happening around that for you, Gemini? And really, what's cool is nothing is yet set in stone. So no matter what's happening right now or around this full moon time, it's not set in stone. So that's a relief. You have a little bit of mutable, wavy energy to work with. It's not solid or concrete yet. Okay, so that's reassuring. Let's get some cards to kind of validate what's going on here for you, Gemini. It's really interesting energy to come out. To be without malice is so important, though. You know, when we have anger in our heart, we don't really get far. You know, it just, you know, there's no healing happening, there's no growth happening, and it just becomes quite the waste of our own energy. So really standing in your own power and recognizing that you have an opportunity to change something because it's not set in stone. So that may be your perception, maybe a conversation that went sour, or relationship. So Maybe approaching it a little differently and without malice, I think, is really key there. Changing that perception. That's the whole gist of those cards. So we're just going to get 4 cards. See what Gemini is going through around this full moon. You know, full moon energies don't last quite as long as new moon energies because it's built around the full moon and the energy of it, and what sign it's in. It'll be in Pisces, so you're going to have a lot of that spirituality, practicality kind of coming into play with that balance of Virgo energy. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of balancing happening. I feel it. That's the heavy channeling that I'm feeling. All right, we have reach out. Okay, that is going to be your 3 of Pentacles. We have your major arcana of release. Oh my gosh, I love that. That's the Death. Friday the 13th. Look at that, release. That's luck. That's luck for you, Gemini. Embrace, cool. This is the end of the major arcana, which is the World. This is kind of like a massive, major change or shift in self. Okay, that's huge. Aries also got this card. Let's see here. Awaiting results. I've got that. I've gotten that card a lot. It's a very frustrating card, but comes with lessons. So let's approach this here. You first of all have 2 pentacle energies, and that is slow, stable energy. Anytime we're dealing with pentacles, we're dealing with something that's slow, but that slow, detailed, step-by-step energy definitely brings stability into our life. So necessary and essential, even though very time-consuming. Now, the 3 of Pentacles, reaching out. This is definitely where you are showcasing your work and you're reaching out for either some kind of recognition, some kind of compensation, or even just reaching out because you need help, you know, you need assistance, you need services. So anything that would bring you more stability, you're reaching out for. And that's where that pentacle energy comes into play here. Now in the traditional tarot cards, we're going to have the energy that is showing your work off, getting, you know, noticed for all the work that you've been doing up to this point. And it's a new thing. It definitely goes into that next step of having that 4 of Pentacles feeling, which is, you know, recognizing and stopping and checking out where you've been and what you've done thus far. So you're getting ready to go through that energy, but right now, getting the help, reaching out, okay? That's really big for you, Gemini, in this full moon area. If you need that help, reach out and get it. If you need that recognition, say something, you know, put yourself in the position to be recognized. You know, nothing is set in stone yet. You know, there may have been a promotion that happened or something that you were going for, and, you know, you didn't speak up. Speak up now. Nothing's set in stone. You know, something could change just from you reaching out. And it's big because it's got these major arcana and a matching suit over here. So when we get patterning like this, I like to think of that as synchronicity. And you're definitely getting some synchronicity here with the 13 for sure, in major arcanas and this pentacle energy, okay? And especially since change your perception without malice and nothing is set in stone. See how that gist kind of comes together of what's happening for you around that full moon? Is really, it's standing in your power and standing in your truth so that you can get what you need and what you want. In other words, you haven't missed the opportunity quite yet, if you thought that you did. Now, this could definitely relate to even a relationship. You know, maybe the person that you wanted to ask out's been asked out, and they're in a relationship now all of a sudden because you didn't do it quick enough, or you didn't, you know, you were fearful, or something kept you held back, you know, and now, you know, nothing is set in stone. Maybe you still have the opportunity to confess your love. You know, there's so many different ways that this will play out for every Gemini watching, because we all have our own stories in our own lives. Now, when we get to this Death, this is the Death card. This is releasing. This is change that was inevitable but expected. You know, maybe you saw this coming, Gemini. Maybe you felt it coming. This could be an inner change. This could be some kind of a, you know, a mental release. Okay, so you're letting go. You're letting go of something that really just no longer serves you. And sometimes we didn't mean to let go, and that's what that divine timing is. That's what death is. You know, nobody ever wants death, but we know it's coming, type of thing. And sometimes when it comes, we still feel like, wow, it's quite shocking to us. We have to release that energy. Release whatever's ended and isn't serving you anymore. There's a reason it's ending. You know, and the quicker you're able to release that energy, the quicker you're able to benefit and move forward. You know, this is a card of transformation. You will be transformed from this event, but you're going to have to release and open up a little bit. You know, see how he's opening that up? He's ripping open. Release. Open up to whatever it is that you are getting as a feeling or something that's guiding you with this transformation. It's huge. You know, anything like this isn't just some, oh, I changed the way I do my hair. It's not that kind of transformation. This is deep, spiritual, mental, physical, so many deep transformations. Very cool energy to have pulling up, especially since the full moon is going to be mostly on the 13th for the majority of people in the United States. Minus you East Coast people, which I'm sorry, but you won't have it till the 14th morning. But it's still the same energy that flows through. Now this embrace, this is really cool because this is an ending. This is an ending of a giant cycle. It's that giant feeling. It's something huge. You're going to take the lessons, you're going to take everything that you've experienced, and you're going to ball it up into some kind of a massive learning experience and move forward. Move forward into something different. Use it to create something bigger. You know, it's almost like winning the race or completing something that you've been working on for a really long time. You know, it's that feel of completion, and gratitude comes with that. That's why we have embrace. You know, that's huge. Embrace this moment. Embrace that you planted this seed and grew this into something amazing and beautiful, and you're getting an opportunity to do it again. That's when we get to this 21, the very next card would be the Fool. The Fool and then the Magician. You know, those are both reincarnation of new cycles. That's beginning something new. So that's coming for you, you know, but during this full moon, you might be celebrating the embracing of a new cycle and the ending of something. You're maybe embracing the death, you know, recognizing that something had to go because you were at the end of it. Whatever it was, you've done all you can do. It's served its purpose. You have gained all the knowledge you can from it and experience, and it's time to move on. And ultimately, awaiting results. This is something that you've kind of been wanting and waiting for a while. And nobody likes to say, yes, I'm ready for this to end and this death needs to happen, but sometimes divine timing just pushes that through, and we've been kind of waiting for it. We've been waiting for a change. We didn't necessarily call upon this crumbling and this release of death, but it was necessary to move forward. You know, sometimes in order to make a crop grow, you have to burn it. You have to kill everything so that the new can grow. So death is essential in our yin and yang balance of life. That is the balance of nature, right? So awaiting these results, you know, you've been waiting and waiting and asking yourself if it's worth it. Is it still worth it to continue waiting? Well, I think you will have that answer after this huge shift during this full moon. You're going to feel this shift so big that it may even shift your entire answer to this. Is it still worth it to await the results? Is this still working for you? That's what you need to ask yourself, Gemini. You know, in your last reading, you had recouping and, you know, resting, and you had the victorious wreath, you know, and it was all good. Now you're going through this huge, massive shift where you may need some help. You may need to ask, or you may need to showcase yourself to be seen and noticed, because nothing's set in stone and you're getting ready to go through some massive thing. So what you may have been frustrated for waiting for before, you may have a new spark and you're okay with it, and you're ready to go on to the next phase, which would be the 8th. You know, having that strength to maintain and preserve what you love. Put your nose to the grindstone and keep on going. You know, recognizing that you've come to some kind of a milestone here. a giant one. It's not, like I said, it's not going to be this just blah, okay, cool. It's going to be like, wow, woohoo, I did this, you know? So you're going to feel that some point around this full moon, you know, and it could be inside yourself. You could have a whole new way of doing and being yourself. You know, we're constantly changing. I tell people all the time, I'm a new person every day, you know, constantly changing, learning, growing. And with this, you have to decide if it's worth it. If it's not, get out. If it's still worth it, you should probably persevere and get that strength going. If it's not, you fall back to that 6, you know, and start balancing yourself, rebalancing. But regardless, you're going to have a change of perception, I feel. And that's why this is falling right above this. You know, you were kind of maybe feeling like you were done waiting. Maybe you were getting bored of a situation. You know, tired of sitting there waiting for the fruit to grow. Well, I think that after this massive shift that you're going to have around this full moon, and you look at these circles, it has so much essence of full moon energy. But regardless, you're going to have this shift. And really, the key here, the advice, right? Be without malice. Something is being shifted to protect and guide you, you know. Sometimes when we're being rejected, we're being protected, Gemini. And if you can move forward without malice, it's going to make a lot smoother for you to get through the energies and get the abundance, you know, that you're looking for, and that happiness and joy. But if we move forward with malice, we just get more malice. And we can sometimes miss these opportunities that are huge for us. So let's get some clarifying cards and see if we can wrap this up just a little bit tighter and get a little bit more information. I really like that energy, though. Right there at that, the world being right with that release. It's huge, you know. Sometimes those death cards are just so sudden that we don't even know how to act. We don't know what to say. But it's telling you, embrace this. This is good. Good things coming. Oh yeah, the moon. Justice. See, look at that balancing. Oh my gosh. Oh, no odds, Gemini. 7 of coin, 8 of coin. Like I had said, you're going to, maybe you'll move on to the 8 of coins and decide to stick to it. So a lot of you Geminis will be sticking to it. I'm going to say that right away. So let's look at this. I love it when the cards do that synchronistic stuff. So you've sent your wish out there, you've sent your creation, you're waiting, and you just, you know, you need help. You're asking for help. Well, when temperance comes in, that is always a sign that there is help out there and you are being guided. This is Archangel Michael, pardon me. And this is a mixing in the alchemy of life and in the many ways that we utilize our feelings, our thoughts, the work we do, and the passions that we have, and the mental activity, right? That's every single suit. It's that mixing and swirling in our lives and our experiences. And temperance is a really cool energy of trusting, you know, trusting that what you're doing and what you're working on and the assistance that you're receiving is absolutely in tune with your path. You know, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. To me, that's always keeping that 1 foot into your reality of what's happening, you know, that practical energy, and 1 foot into that spirituality and that belief and that hope and that depth of who we are, that inner self-realization. You know, that's something that's really big here for Dragonfly Wisdom. And this balancing, just, it's a huge energy, and it's so hard to explain in the short amount of time that I have, but in essence, it is a balance of the yin and yang. It is a balance of all of the things that encompass who we are. So recognizing and trusting that you have what it takes, you've come through this path with divine timing and guidance and trusting your intuition, and you need to continue to trust. You know, this light back here, this is all light for you, you know. Look at all this light. It's there. It's there to remind you that you are being guided. There's light back here. If you really look at like the amount of circles and light going on in your reading, Gemini, you're going to see that you're absolutely guided. You know, nothing is set in stone, and you should definitely trust. Trust whatever it is you're feeling here. You know, when you're reaching out, what are you reaching out for? Maybe you need to recognize that you have everything it takes. And if you do need help, go for it. Get that help. Don't be afraid to ask. Trust. Trust that you have the support and the guidance and the intuition, everything it takes. And this is another one of those trusting. You know, the moon energy. That's that Pisces full moon energy that you're having. It's letting go of the shore and letting the current take you because you trust. You trust that what's coming next is gonna be good. You don't hold malice. You know, you're not gonna hold malice that you don't know what's going on. You're not gonna hold malice that there's secrets you don't know the answers to. You're just gonna trust that everything's happening the way it's supposed to, and you're gonna go for it. And that's why the release is happening. You're trusting in the release, trusting in the ending of something, trusting that you don't need all the answers, and just letting it go. Letting go of the shore. That's the big message for this one, Gemini. Really letting go. Look at this. Nothing's set in stone. Just go. Go with the flow. Be mutable like you are. Trust that gut. You know what's up. And right here with this world, embracing that there is that balance. You know, I like to look at this and see that Libra energy right there. And it looks very balanced. You know, I feel like at the end of the cycle, you've got everything you need. You're very balanced. You start off with a fresh slate. Nothing's out of balance. It's this nice, smooth balance, okay? So that's why I feel that. But and then you have your balance here where justice is always going to come through and be karmic, okay? Justice doesn't mess around. This is 11. You know, this is balance, this is fairness, this is victory, this is karma. So everything that's come up to this point that's put you into this new cycle, this is all coming for you for a reason. You know, all of it. With these two, connecting with these two, I mean, that is heavy energy, right? We have this death that you're supposed to really trust and not worry about and really embrace and move forward with, right? Trust here. And then we have this embracing this new karmic cycle. You know, justice brought this forward. Whatever karma you paid into, you're able to get that back and move forward now. So big energies, Gemini. And what's so funny is when we were talking about the 7, I had said, you know, it's just like getting the 8 of coins next, putting your nose to the grindstone. So what is he doing? He has made a decision. Yes, it's worth it. The results are worth it. I'm going to work really hard, and I'm going to get to that 10 of Pentacles. It may take me a long time, but I'm going to get that legacy, okay? So this is massive achievement. This is recognizing the work it's going to take, putting in, taking stock of where you've been, what work you've put into it, and seeing, you know what, this is worth it. I'm doing something big here, and moving forward. Whatever it is you've been waiting on and you're starting to work on more heavily is something that, you know, is going to bring you stability. It could bring you more money. It could bring you anything in your life that could be stable or considered stable for you. So it could bring you a better home. It could bring you better things in your life that make life more comfortable, more stable for you to maintain your life. You know, if it's a relationship that you've been waiting on and you're like, you know what, it's totally worth it. I'm going to wait for this person because this is my person. And you're putting your nose to the grindstone. You're just going to do you while you wait. And it's worth it to you. Because to get what you want at the end is stability. It's that legacy. So something big for you is coming, and it's huge. You know, definitely check out these energies. Please, please, please subscribe. I really appreciate you guys watching this video if you made it this far. And if you subscribe, it helps me spread the word. Also, if you hit the bell button, you'll be updated when I do my next video, which should be the 28th of September. So I'll be doing a new moon reading around the 28th of September. You'll get all the information. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.